Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to FCB. I'm your host, John Hancock, Marquis de Nobjoke, and this is a show about John dies at the end. Just to fill you in, John Dies at the End is about the adventures of two bosom buds, David Wong and John Cheese, in a world gone completely shit-shaped. Said adventures begin, as all truly stupid and dangerous things do, with a drunken party. It is there that John and Dave first encounter the soy sauce, a drug peddled by a fake Jamaican that first makes you magic and then makes everyone but them very dead. Even more horrible things quickly start to happen, and in due course John and Dave are quickly sucked into an anarchic joyride, in which they kind of try to save the world, or at least try to stop it becoming even more fucked. But, all rampaging weirdness aside, is this book, its sequel, and its film adaptation worth reading or seeing? Well, yes, for several reasons, the main one being John and Dave themselves. See, the problem with so much weird fiction is the belief that you don't need things like a well-paced plot or detailed characters just because your book/film/video game/erotic fanfiction happens to be about a chartered accountant who is also part tiger fighting a race of giant alien ducks who use their massive corkscrewing penises to level entire cities. Good thing then that John and Dave are such excellent characters. Dave is a morose and fairly dickish man who lives on the very edge of destitution in a town so dispirited and awful even the Scottish wouldn't want to live there. But in contrast to this fairly grim exterior, Dave has a genuinely noble interior. He doesn't necessarily want to save the world, but when the responsibility falls on him, he doesn't mess about. He is also genuinely close to his friends, and displays a willingness to sacrifice himself for both John and his girlfriend Amy when the need arises. John also has a somewhat gooey centre, though in his case it acts to give weight to an already lovable character. John is God's id incarnate, a one-man middle finger levelled at the universe. Need a secret code for picking up cigarettes? John uses a threat to assassinate the president. Find yourself surrounded by a horde of alien monsters? John picks up a chair and starts making puns. Need to get over a fence? John already has the ramp in place. In contrast to the worrying, serious Dave, John is a man-shaped rejection of seriousness. So, the books and film are a parade of horrific weirdness supported by two great characters. But this awesome people in a terrible world conceit is not just a description of the story, it's also its theme. Look, I reckon it's fair to say that the world is a fairly shitty place, full of genocide, slavery, and crippling poverty. Still, you can't lose sight of how many genuinely good people there are in this world. The big picture is a terrible sight, both in reality and in the world of John Dies at the End. But it is also a gross oversimplification. Just because the evil is so big is no excuse to lose sight of what's good. John and Dave may live in a world enthralled to evil, but they themselves are good people, and even if they can't fix the grand problems, they can, at least, improve things in a small way. This is what true goodness looks like. Not some all-powerful crusading force, just two guys doing what they can to make things just a little bit better.